Hello, welcome back to Authors on iTours. I'm Lauren Carr, and today we are going to be addressing one of the most common questions that we are asked at I Read Book Tours, or I, as an author, regularly get asked, is how do you get your reviews on Amazon? That is the 900-pound gorilla in the book industry, in book marketing, is you need to get your reviews on Amazon. And it's a regular circumstance. You're on tour or you're marketing your book, you're promoting your book goes out to a slew of book bloggers and book sites and book reviewers, and you get this wonderful review and it's posted on this great book blog, but it's not on Amazon. And, the question, and so how do you get that review on Amazon? Often what an author do, and particularly a new author, what they'll do is they will email the blogger or direct message the blogger or PM the blogger saying, wonderful review. Now, put it on Amazon. Well, in this video, I'm going to be addressing this issue. I am going to be addressing why you should not be messaging that book blogger, asking them to get the review on Amazon, and how you, the author, how you can put that review on Amazon where everyone can see it. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Authors on iTours, and today we are talking about that 900-pound gorilla of Amazon and getting your reviews on Amazon. Actually, it is an issue because every author wants their reviews on Amazon. Sometimes they are so focused on getting their reviews on Amazon that they're forgetting about the other avenues to get word out about their books. And they can be, and it has been my experience that some authors are so focused that they lose sight of these other avenues and are actually cutting themselves off of other avenues in their book marketing. Let me explain. The other day, which was what brought me to doing this video, the other day I was talking to one of my bloggers who is an Amazon Vine reviewer. And she told me that she had recently reviewed a book for her blog and that she gave the author a good review, but that she was not going to review any more of that author's books because the author was insistently direct messaging her on social media telling her, get that review on Amazon. Here's the thing. That blogger had already submitted the review to Amazon, but it just wasn't approved yet. The truth of the matter is that Amazon is getting harder and harder to get your reviews on. Now, this blogger is an Amazon Vine reviewer. She posts several reviews a month to Amazon, and they do get posted. The thing is, it can take a while. It can take as much as a month for a review to land on Amazon, to go live on Amazon after it's already been submitted. And the blogger doesn't actually know when it's going to go live. And most of them will post their reviews submit their reviews to Amazon whenever they do the book blog, whenever they post it on their blog. And it can be live everywhere else, but it's just not live on Amazon yet. And if during those weeks you the author, is nagging, yes, and I'm going to use that word, nagging and harassing the book blogger saying, post it on Amazon, when they have posted it on their blog, when they have posted it on Facebook, when they posted it on Instagram, when they've been tweeting it, when they've been TikToking it, when they've been spreading it everywhere else. But because that one place is not live, that's basically a slap in the face of your reviewer. And like this book blogger that I spoke to just last week, she said, I'm never reviewing another one of their books, because you're basically saying to that blogger, you're basically saying to that reviewer, your blog's not worth anything to me if that review isn't on Amazon. That's literally, and I have literally had authors say that to me about a book blogger, about book bloggers, is it does me no good if their reviews are on their blogs. It does me no good if they're posting it on Facebook or Instagram. It does me no good unless it's on Amazon. And so you're saying, think about what you're saying to that author. I mean, to that blogger. Think of what you're saying. You're saying that the time they spent reading your book, the time they spent writing that review, the time they spent posting it on their blog, that their blog is not worth anything, their time is not worth anything, their review is not worth anything. It is basically a slap in that book blogger's face when you are messaging them and emailing them to put it on Amazon. And the thing is, what you may not know, in most cases, they've already submitted it. They're just waiting for it to be approved. And Amazon can take weeks, can take up to a month. I've heard that, a month. That's what this Amazon buying reviewer, who basically has an inside line, she said it can take up to a month for that review to go live. So what you need to do is you need to be patient. That's the number one thing you need to do, is you need to be patient, and you need to remember that these bloggers, that these reviewers are the people who are going to spread the word about your book. And if you slap them in the face, then you've cut off a marketing avenue. To do is you need to be patient, whenever doing this. And then the other thing that you can do is you can put that review on Amazon yourself. And that's what I'm going to explain to you today, is by using the editorial review section on your book page, you can post that review yourself. You don't need to wait for the blogger review to go live. You can get that review up there on Amazon, up front and center, right below your book cover, where everyone can see it right offhand. And that is what I'm going to explain to you in our next step. Hello, welcome back. And what we're going to do in this section is I'm going to explain to you about Author Central. Some of you may already be familiar with Author Central, and how you can use that to get your reviews onto Amazon without waiting for the book bloggers or the reviewers, or maybe you just have somebody who's giving you a really great review, but you just can't get them to get off the stick to submit that review to Amazon. How you can put that review on your book page up where everyone can see it using Author Central. Those of you who are familiar with Author Central, I'm going to give you just a little bit of a tutorial on Author Central just to show it to you. Those of you who aren't familiar with Author Central, then you can come back for a later video where I'll give you a more detailed instruction on how to do it. First, I'm going to explain to you the circumstance and how to, what to do. Right now, I have a new book that's out. Came out yesterday, Crisscross Murders. This is my 32nd novel, my 32nd mystery. And yesterday the book was released, And I started my own I read book tours. So you can, I'll put the link below if you want to follow me on that tour. But one of the stops, I got one of my best reviews, one of my first reviews on the tour from Because I Said So and Other Adventures in Parenting. And and she, posted a guest post, but she also posted a really fabulous 5-star review. I am sharing my screen with you to show you, Because I Said So. Post came out on the 21st, and if we scroll down, she has posted a fabulous review. So I'm scrolling down to the review, and right here, all right, past the guest post, which, that's a guest post. If you want to read on it, it is, honest officer, I'm not a psychopath, I'm a mystery writer. But right below the guest post, she has posted this really wonderful review for Crisscross Murder. There's her review. Crisscross Murder, a Chris Matheson cold case mystery number 4, written by Lauren Carr. That's me. I have not read the other books in this series, and I do not have any issues following along. This is the first book that I have read by this author, and it will not be my last. You will be drawn into this book as soon as you start reading. Retired FBI agent Chris Matheson has worked a lot undercover missions. He is called to investigate a missing college student and just not get very far before being pulled in out for another mission. Fast forward 9 years and a body is found with Chris' FBI badge. Everyone is shocked, especially Chris, who is alive and well. The Geezer Gang, also called the Geezer Squad, made up of Chris' friends and family, start to investigate who the body is and why they found Chris' identification on it. The potential killer has been leaving a lot of clues to take the team on the steps, onto the next step. Suddenly, Chris finds himself on a trail of a cold case that was not solved. There are a lot of suspects and motives. The author did a great job of throwing in different directions to throw readers off track. I enjoyed reading this mystery. I did not have to want to put it down once I started. The characters are well written. The storyline is intriguing. I loved seeing the Geezer Gang work together. I hope to read more from this author. Thank you to the author, publisher, I Read Book Tours, for allowing me to read a copy of this book. All thoughts on my own. Okay, now that we are 2 days after my book's been released, we're on day 2. And, if this blogger submits it to Amazon, it could take about a month. Well, I want everyone to see this review. I want them to see it now. So I am going to put that review on Amazon myself. Now, I'm not going to put the entire review there because it is going to take, up quite a bit of space. Now, for those of you who are kind of lost, wondering, okay, where am I going to put this review? I'm going to show you right where I'm going to put it. I am going to put this review on my book page. Here's my book page for Crisscross Murder. Right up here is my page. And right down here is where I'm talking about putting the review, is under the editorial review section. You can see here, I've already put up, because, when a book is available for pre-order, it was up for pre-order, people can't post reviews while it's available. You can't post reviews until the book is already released. You'll see here that I already have 2 reviews up here. I have one from Marilyn R. Wilson, who is an author, speaker, and a book reviewer. She did an advanced review. I also have one from, from Locks, Hooks, and Books, who is, one of our popular reviewers. She read the book ahead of time and gave me an advanced review. So what I did was I went ahead and so while the book was available for pre-order, when people could not post reviews, I was already putting reviews on the tour page, and that really helped to jack up the sales for pre-orders for my books. So I'm going to put I'm not going to wait for Because I Said So to put her review on, there. When authors are talking about reviews, they are talking about down here. They're talking about reviews down here. Um, I'm pointing to the screen, where I already have a review. I already have 4 ratings. It's currently sitting at 5 out of 5 stars down here. But, when Because I Said So posts her review on Amazon, when she posts it, it's going to end up down here. Well, if I get 40 or 50 reviews, it's going to be buried under there. I don't want to do that. I want to put that review right up here. And I'm not going to put the entire review. I'm going to pick a blurb. And I'm going to show you how to access, in case you don't know how to do this, I'm going to show you how to access that section and put that review on here. We are going to do this with using Author Central. And I'm going to show you how to get there. In case you don't know, so those of you who, we're going to go to Author Central. And here under the, is the Author Central, it pops up in Google right at the top. And it is part of Amazon. And it took me straight to there. Now, the reason it took me straight there is, hello, Lauren, there I am. It takes you straight to, you use the same login. For those of you who've never been onto Author Central, you use your same KDP login. You use your same Amazon login. Just put that in there. It's your same login. It takes you there already. If you have a book that's published, it's already going to be on here. Especially if you publish under KDP. If you are traditionally published, if you are published with a hybrid publisher who, they're basically publishing it under their brand and they are listed as the publisher, then you may have to go in and claim your book. I'll go into that later on. Right now, I'm going to show you but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you how to use Author Central to get those really great reviews that you've gotten onto under the editorial reviews, and it's right up there, right under the book cover where people can see it. Now here under my profile, hello Lauren, and there's my profile. Here, view all your books, and it has my latest release right there in front. So view all your books. And right here is Crisscross Murder. Now it says 2 editions. It has the, it has the Kindle edition and it has the paperback edition. Right now, my audiobook producer is producing the audiobook. When that's released, that's going to show up here too. Another note, if you're using a hybrid publisher or traditionally published, and it's under their banner, then you're going to have to submit these reviews, these editorial reviews. You're going to most likely have to send it to the publisher and have the publisher put the reviews there. Most of the small publishers and hybrid publishers that I work with, they have no issue doing that. You just send them those reviews and just ask them to post the review under the editorial review, and they will do that for you. In which case, then, you can, but this is, you don't need to go away. You can stay and watch this so in case you have a small publisher who isn't familiar with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Kindle edition. So I'm going to have to post that review twice. I'm going to have to post it under the Kindle edition. I'm going to have to post it under the paperback edition. So we're going to do this under the Kindle edition. And here you see my book has popped up. There's my book details. There's the Kindle edition. It's showing the, the ratings that it has so far. And edit book details is where you want to do this. And right there, it pops right up. Editorial reviews. There's the editorial reviews. This is grayed out here because you have one editorial review here. And so basically every one of those reviews, I'm just going to add this to that. You click over here on the pencil because that's editing. I'm going to edit this. And you'll see down here that you have a certain, so you can't fill it up. I don't want to fill it up with all of that entire review. I just want to put in a blurb. So I am going to go over to the, over here to where I was, to the review. I'm just going to pick up a blurb. Suddenly Chris finds himself on the trail. I'm going to pick these two last sentences here. Suddenly Chris finds the characters are well written. I love seeing the Geezer gang work together. And I'm going to leave that, even though that is a nice thing. I hope to read more from this author. Because I plan on putting other reviews on here. And then I am going to copy take that section. We're going to copy that. We are going to go back to where I get to edit this. I'm going to put my cursor up here to the top, put a couple of spaces because I want to put, and paste it there. Now I'm going to clean this up a little bit because I want it to look like the other reviews, or rather formatting wise. So I want to get rid of the bold. You want to put in the quote because it is a quote. Most bloggers don't mind if there's like a little bit of, a typo or they're missing a word. Then, they don't mind if you do that. If you clean it up just a little bit. I'm not talking about rewriting the review. I'm talking about if there's a word missing or a word misspelled. Okay, now I'm going to make this look consistent with the other ones. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to, because what you need to do is you need to say who this review is from. So I'm going to put that there. It is a review of Crisscross Murder, A Cold Goodbye, and I am going to put in the blogger's name, who is and who is, and she is, because I said so, it is a really long blog name, but it is a fun blog because I said so. And other adventures in parenting. So we got the bold there, but I want to make it look consistent. So I'm going to get rid of this bold here. And I also have a couple, and just right like that. Now, if you know something about, which I do know about, but, for those of you who will go straight over your head, up here where it says source, that's if you know some coding. And sometimes that does help with this, to help. So now I'm going to, so here's what the review reads. Because suddenly Chris finds himself on a trail of a cold case that was not solved. That there are a lot of suspects and motives. The author did a great job of throwing in different thoughts to throw readers off track. I enjoyed reading this mystery. I did not want to put it down once I started. The characters are well written and the storyline is intriguing. I love seeing the Geezer gang work together. And even though they're actually the Geezer squad, I'm going to leave it at Geezer gang because that's her words and we're quoting her. So, so now we get to click on preview and look up here. Now you see that there's a space, there's a space missing. I want it to look like the other reviews. So I am going to actually go back, click on go back, and then I'm going to put in another space. I'll put in two, just, well, let's do, that looks like an awful lot of space. So go and preview. So there we have it there. It's, so I've got that review added, and then and now here is what I do to make it easy for myself is then I go and I copy this entire review. It's difficult with my picture in the way. So now I'm going to because now I've got it laid out and I got it just the way I want it. I am going to preview and then I get to submit it. I'm going to submit it. And it can take 48 hours for them to approve it, but believe me, that's better than 1 month. So now I'm going to, and if you just do a double check, I am now going to go and look at the, and you see here that it's not there yet. I'm going to go back and go to the paperback edition because I want this in the paperback edition too. So I'm going to go all the way back, go to the paperback edition. Now the paperback edition is different because in the paperback edition, what they do is they break this down into all these different reviews. So I am going to, so each review is broken into its whole reviews, but sometimes you can cheat. What you can do is put 2 or 3 reviews under one review. That's what I did here with this first one. You'll see that there are 4 reviews there, and then we have this one, and then we have, so I'm going to add a review, and I'm just going to paste. But that's why I went and I copied that one on that last one. And then I can preview this. There it is. That's the way I want it. And I hit submit. Is that you can put a review. There is a limit in how many reviews you can post. What I'm going to do is as reviews are coming in on this tour, because they're book bloggers. Now, I don't know how Amazon or Author Central feel about if you want to put a review there from your mom or a review there. I have actually seen people sort of humorously, tongue-in-cheek, brand new authors, and it says from my mom, put little things there in the editorial reviews. You can do in their editorial review. From my neighbor, I don't know how Amazon or Author Central feel about those. I have seen them. I don't know how long they stay there or if they actually do, eventually take them off. Now it takes, about 48, it can take, I've usually seen them up the next day. But, what they tell you is that it will take you like 48 hours for them to show it. Now, sometimes you do have maybe a format, or if you have an issue or a problem being able to get a review up there, then up here, you can go up to help. On here, go up to the help menu. And then they have, to get you to the right place. You want to put up here on the books, under here, editorial reviews. They can give you tutorials, like if it's a frequently asked question. How can I add or update an editorial review? What are the editorial review guidelines? What are the characters limit? What is a valid HTML format? If you know something about that, then you can actually use that and other FAQs. Now, I had a problem not too long ago. Whenever I was getting my series pages and everything ready, this book was getting ready to launch, I was finding that all my editorial reviews had come like together. There was no space between them. It was a formatting issue. I went in here on Author Central. I fixed it. The next day they were right. And then 2 days later, they were right back where they were before. What I did was I went to this help section and, and I scrolled down to, I did the contact us. I went to contact us, in Author Central. You can do with the, over here under the contact us. Click on contact us and you tell them what the issue is. You want to click off so you get into the right department. And I told them about the issue that, I had fixed it myself. They want you to fix it yourself. I had fixed it myself, but it kept going back to the way it was before, and they fixed the issue for me. They'll usually within a matter of a couple of days, they'll do that. So I hope that this tutorial did help you. This is something, you can get them up there. You can get those reviews up there. Actually, because of where the editorial reviews land, because they are right there under the book cover, right here, and there's my series page under the 4 stars, right there is where they are. Now you'll see that that review that I just posted up there isn't there yet. It will be there tomorrow. I'm almost certain that it will show up there tomorrow. People will see her review. They will know that it's there. And because it's right here, it's not getting buried down in the other reviews. Whenever I get 30 or 40 reviews there, it's going to get buried. The thing is, you are getting reviews from book bloggers who they have followings. They want, and what you're doing is you are helping that book blogger because you are publicizing them. People are going to go look for them, to see what other reviews that they've done. You are publicizing their reviews, you're publicizing their blogs, and they are publicizing your book. You're helping each other by putting it up there where people can see it. And the book, rather than emailing them and direct messaging them and texting them to, get it on Amazon, you can get it on Amazon today without having to wait for a month and get it right up there where people can see it. I did this with while my book was available for pre-order, and my book got up to number 50 under police procedurals and private investigators without having any reviews down here, because these advanced reviews that I was getting, I was putting up there on the editorial reviews. So don't think that it doesn't help. Don't think that, your reviews have to be under the customer reviews. Don't think that they have to be the verified reviews. These reviews that you're putting up here under editorial reviews, they're getting they do help, and people do notice them. So, I'd be interested in any comments that you have below. If you have any tips that I haven't followed under working with Author Central or working with editorial reviews, or any questions about editorial reviews, then do put them in the sections down below, and I'll try to address those questions in follow-up videos. Thank you very much for joining us today. And, in the meantime, happy reading.
And that concludes today's episode of Authors on iTours. This is Lauren Carr, and thank you very much for stopping by. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do be sure to like and subscribe so you can receive notifications of episodes every time we upload. Thank you very much for stopping by. In the meantime, happy reading.